टेक ऑफ के लिए मोबाइल फोन को पावर ऑफ या फ्लाइट मोड में कर लें और अन्य इलेक्ट्रॉनिक उपकरणों को बंद कर लें।
This has to be the first time in my life that I've ever boarded a 50-minute plane. But on the way, I also wanted to be able to talk about my travel partner these days on my phone, which is the Storytel app.
There's no such thing as a perfect piece of writing.
And here we are in Dehradun for a weekend trip. तो मेरे अधिकतर फ्रेंड्स मुझसे हमेशा पूछते रहते हैं कि हमारे पास है सिर्फ वीकेंड्स का टाइम और हमें करना है ट्रैवल, तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना एक सीरीज बनाए कॉल्ड वीकेंड ट्रिप्स, which is just dedicated to giving you ideas of where you can travel to over the weekend. Hi guys and welcome to an all new weekend trip. Actually मैं आज सुबह ही देहरादून पहुंची because मेरी बड़ी बहन की एक कॉलेज फ्रेंड है, उसकी शादी है मसूरी में. सो मसूरी देहरादून से तकरीबन आई थिंक 1 से 1.5 घंटा दूर है. So as soon as I landed at the airport, I took a cab from over there and मैंने फ्लाइट इसलिए लिया because I thought कि इतना छोटा ट्रिप है, plus I do want to make the most of Mussoorie. So if you book the flight tickets in advance, आपको अच्छी रेट पे मिल जाती है usually, but that applies to most flights anywhere in the country. So besides that, I'm here in Mussoorie for just 2 days and of course I want to make the most of it irrespective of the wedding also. और मैं wedding भी नहीं attend करी क्योंकि मुझे Monday को वापस जाना है एक किसी और shoot के लिए. So this is literally like a weekend trip that I'm trying to squeeze in and I'm here for just the Sangeet function. तो आज संगीत फंक्शन है, but before that of course we'll also go around a little bit in Mussoorie. Sunrise और sunset यहाँ से कैसे मिस कर सकते हैं. And I'm staying at a very nice place जिसका व्यू यहाँ से बहुत ही ज़्यादा सुंदर है. So over to the view and then we'll go and see Mussoorie. Everybody meet my sister Twesha. Hello. और शायद त्वेशा मेरे साथ एक और ब्लॉग में पहले आ चुकी है इन गोवा ब्लॉग. यहाँ पे म्यूजिक बहुत लाउड है. हम लोग शादी में हैं. मेरी बहन की फ्रेंड पूर्णिमा की शादी में अभी क्या चल रहा है? हल्दी चल रही है. How under dressed am I? And how like haldi dressed am I? You are totally perfectly dressed. I'm like under dressed wearing a jacket and all because Mussoorie. So haldi ceremony is over and now I'm just at the hotel balcony जहाँ से मुझे बहुत अच्छा sunset दिख रहा है. And you know, apparently there's a very famous phenomenon that takes place here in Mussoorie which is called the winter line and it only occurs between I think November to Jan. अभी वैसे February चल रहा है but I'm hoping that I still get to witness it because when the skies are clear and the sun is setting, it almost divides the entire horizon into a clear line which is called the winter line. So I was hoping before coming to Mussoorie कि मुझे शायद देखने को मिले, but it's so misty today that you can't see a clear sunset. But nevertheless, it's a very pretty sunset, so gonna enjoy it. Okay, you know what? Just when I had given up कि मुझे विंटर लाइन तो नहीं दिखने वाली क्योंकि इतना मिस्टी है, वेदर कंडीशंस अच्छे नहीं है और विंटर लाइन का शायद ये टाइम ही नहीं है अप्रोप्रिएट बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी February and not Jan. I walked away from this view and suddenly I noticed that the line is clearly visible and what you see behind me is the winter line of Mussoorie. This is why people specially come here, stay here and witness this phenomenon in the winters. So, wow, feeling very grateful for this day. This is so pretty. So pretty. So all of us are ready for Sangeet and wearing traditional outfits. Unlike this evening when I wasn't. So we're also going to probably dance. अब पता नहीं उसके steps क्या हैं. Prepare तो मैंने किया ही नहीं है.
Actually, you can pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up.
to straighten up my bones and be a man.
You know what's the weirdest part?
I gotta tear this wall apart to let you in.
So Matt here is visiting from Australia, and Matt has a very nice story for us to share. Yeah.
Yes, well, I was getting ready for my trip to India, and I went to YouTube. I think I typed in Travel India, and one of your wonderful videos came up, and I was watching it. I thought, oh, this is an excellent video. And then your sister came in the video.
Yeah. And
I said, oh my goodness, I know, that's my wife's friend.
Yeah.
And then there was like, oh, I actually know you in a
Yeah.
strange way.
that's such a sweet story. I never realized that somebody would actually find me on search, and that too Matt of all people. And here are the rest of the people: Tuesha, Lorraine, auntie, uncle, and we're all having dinner. Sangeet is mostly done now, so
And the climate here is very, very cool.
climate is very cold, which is why the jackets and the heaters and the sweaters are out. Good morning guys, आज मेरा मसूरी में day 2 है, and today morning I saw a very beautiful sunrise. It looked like the winter line all over again, so I got to relive the experience again. And कल का संगीत function बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छा था. Today I'm again in casuals because I'm not attending the wedding function, but I'm going to be going around Mussoorie a little bit. शादी के वेन्यू सब चल चुकी हूँ because I won't be able to attend the wedding tonight, and because I was in Mussoorie, there were just two things which are mainly on my bucket list. One was of course the winter line, which I witnessed yesterday, and the second thing on my bucket list was going to George Everest Mansion. उसके बारे में मैं बहुत जल्दी बताऊंगी. But on the way, I also wanted to be able to talk about my travel partner these days on my phone, which is the Storytel app. So Storytel is an audiobook streaming app with lakhs of options to choose from in various languages. You can choose from ebooks, poems to even short stories. And the one thing I really like about the app is how versatile it is in various situations if you want to read books, but you cannot while traveling. जैसे मैं अभी cab में थी while I was headed to the trek over here, and on the way I could listen to an audiobook because I wouldn't have been able to read anything because of the bumpy ride. And also right now I'm on a hike, so on a hike I have an offline downloaded book because you can also download books offline. So I'll be able to listen to an audiobook even on the go, and even once I reach the top I'll be able to listen to an audiobook. So there are 2-3 really cool features about the app. One is that you can change the audio speeds, जैसे कि अगर आपको किसी बुक को तेज सुनना है या धीरे सुनना है, like on a hike I definitely want to listen to the audio at a faster pace, so I'll be able to do that. And there's also a pre-snooze function if you want to say sit back and relax and enjoy a book, and you just want to be able to fall asleep while listening to it, you can do that. For now I'm going to continue with my hike and listen to a book of course, and see you at the top and tell you more about George Everest Peak. जगह जहाँ पे मुझे हाइक के बाद, हाइक भी नहीं एक्चुअली, बहुत छोटा सा वॉक था, एंड इट वाज लाइक एन एंटायरली सीमेंटेड रोड, तो ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट भी नहीं था. बट दिस इज़ अ प्लेस वेयर आई स्पेशली वांटेड टू कम बिकॉज दिस व्हाट यू सी बिहाइंड मी इज़ एक्चुअली द रूइंस ऑफ जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट हाउस. नाउ इफ यू डोंट नो हु जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट इज़, आपने माउंट एवरेस्ट का तो नाम सुना ही होगा. सो जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट एक्चुअली एक सर्वेयर जनरल थे फॉर ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी, एंड दिस हाउस वॉज कंस्ट्रक्टेड बैक इन द 1800s, and from here he surveyed a lot of peaks and mountains, and this is the place from where he actually discovered Mount Everest. So Mount Everest का नाम पहले Mount Everest नहीं था, but after it was discovered that Mount Everest is actually the tallest peak in the world, it was named after George Everest क्योंकि उन्होंने उस peak को discover किया था from this place. So that is the historical significance of this place. Unfortunately अभी थोड़ी सी under construction पे है, but I really wanted to come here ever since I came to know कि जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट ने मसूरी से नेपाल का tallest peak ढूंढ निकाला. तो यहाँ पे मुझे खास तौर से आना था. And now that we're here, I'll show you the ruins, of course. They're not in the most aesthetic looking position right now, but this story is just so unbelievable and totally worth chasing after. तो मुझे यहाँ पे आके थोड़ी से ऐसे गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं बिकॉज दिस इज़ सच एन आइकॉनिक प्लेस. लाइक इमेजिन दिस इज़ द डोम वेयर जॉर्ज एवरेस्ट यूज्ड टू सिट एंड सर्वे एंड लुक एट पीक्स. बट ऑल्सो इट्स सो डिसअपॉइंटिंग टू सी द कंडीशन ऑफ दिस प्लेस बिकॉज यहाँ पे पूरी दीवार पे बहुत सारे लोगों ने आके typography की हुई है. There are various things that are written all over the wall, and someone loves someone. What is this? Like Anu loves someone. Who's interested in knowing that? So I'm a little sad and disappointed that people don't understand the significance of this place. And it's very good that it's probably getting maintained right now. यहाँ पे ये construction चल रही है and इस घर को शायद renovate किया जा रहा है. So this was George Everest House and मेरी बस एक ही दरख्वास्त है लोगों से कि अगर आप किसी अच्छी जगह आए, please don't write on the walls. It's so disappointing, especially for the significance that the places hold. But nevertheless, यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा नज़ारा भी है. Although it's very misty and the wind is blowing very fast. But यहाँ पे बैठ के मुझे अपने मसूरी के कुछ लास्ट के चंद मिनट बिताने हैं अच्छी अच्छी चीज़ें सुनते हुए, feeling a little happy about the view, about nature.
There's no such thing as a perfect piece of writing, just as there's no such thing as perfect despair. So said a writer I bumped into back when I was a university student. It wasn't until much later that I could grasp his full meaning, but I still found consolation in his words that there's no such thing as perfect writing.
ओके तो अभी अभी देखो शादी पे कौन आया है. मीट माई मॉम एवरीबडी. हाय. एंड माई नानी. हाय. और मेरी नानी देहरादून में रहती हैं तो मम्मी और नानी मिलके आए हैं पूर्णिमा की शादी के लिए. सो वाओ, इट्स लाइक आई एम मीटिंग माई नानी हियर एट अ वेडिंग. ये भी आ जाएगा. माँ मैं आपकी कैब बोरो कर रही हूँ.
Sure, by all means.
So even though I made it to George Everest Mansion, मैं फिर भी देहरादून पहुँच चुकी हूँ after Mussoorie, and I've made it to the train that I was supposed to catch back to end the weekend trip on a Sunday and get back on a Monday to get back to work. तो मुझे वहाँ से actually बहुत ही जल्दी में आना पड़ा because I had to take a cab, come all the way to Dehradun, come to the train station and also take the cab, also get on the train in time, and the train actually leaves at 5 from over here. So I'm already at the station. I made it. And one of the things I really like about listening to stories and audio on an app is actually that I get to listen to motivational stuff also. So I had good motivation to come here. And in case you guys also want to check out Storytel, I'm going to leave a link of it in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. You're really going to enjoy the app for sure. And with this, I'm going to close this vlog right here at the train station and see you next time on another weekend trip or another travel series. So with this, I'll close the video. Bye bye.